Andersen.
Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to channel Anderson. Welcome to a little Sunday, Monday for you guys. Fleet walkthrough update. A little bit of projects here and there in this video, and besides that, just giving you guys a rundown of what's been going on. Starting off the CLK, since we talked about that a bunch in the last recent videos. Finally got the secondary O2 codes to go away. Josh figured it out, what he was missing in the tune, and we got it solved. That was so weird because it was just like hit or miss if it was actually, I don't know, showing up or not. Anyways, like reading it in DOS, it would show up as no codes, and reading it on a scanner, it would say stored and pending, but then it would still throw the check engine light. So weird. However, there is still one remaining code, which is P0505, which is supposed to be for the IAC valve. But if an IAC valve was bad, typically you're gonna have like really bad idling or weird issues. Otherwise, this car doesn't have anything like that. So most likely it's some type of vacuum leak. So I'll have to look a little further into it to see. I never pulled the supercharger off of this car when I was doing everything, so it could need, you know, some of the gaskets for it, or that donut gasket that goes onto the IAC valve could be bad. Most likely it probably is. It's probably rock hard. So it's something I want to do at a certain point anyways. But unless I find like a smoking gun, a vacuum leak somewhere else, we'll probably plan to pull the supercharger at some point. Here's a view of one outside of the car. They are beefy and heavy, and yeah, you gotta really put some muscle into it to get them out of the cars. They're probably 80-90 pounds. So anyways, that's kind of where this is at. I'm gonna put my laptop on it in a second, and I'll show you guys that since I haven't yet. The Mercedes laptop setup that Mercedes Swap Shop helped me out to acquire and install software on. So I'll show you guys that in a second. C55, I feel terrible that I haven't driven this thing, so I'm gonna get this on the battery charger, and I want to do one little adjustment to our catch can setup that I'm going to show you guys out in a bit, and give a special shout out to Josh, Roll Tide E55 on Instagram. He also has a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'll pop it up. But he has a little adjustment for the big port on the driver's side that I've done to the CLK. I did to the MO55, and now I'm going to do to the C55. So we'll get into that in a second. C36 has been great. I've been basically tag teaming between this and the CLK for daily duties. I do have some projects I want to do on it, but nothing immediate. But a bunch of parts like transmission mount, fluid and filter, the guibos or flex discs, and then that's for the most part it for the time being. The exhaust sounds fantastic, even more broken in now, so I'll have to do some videos with some flybys and such. MO55 is doing good, but I recently discovered the end tanks on the radiator on the driver's side are weeping. I don't think it has like a crack, but I think the plastic crimps have just, you know, it's 20 years old, and well, more than 20 years old, 24 years old, and 180,000 miles, so it lasted a long time. I ordered a aluminum radiator off of eBay, which I know is kind of risky, but I want to see what it looks like when it gets here, see what kind of quality it is. Maybe I'll test it, pressure test it a bit, and just make sure it's got no leaks. And then maybe we'll try to throw it in. If I'm not happy with the quality, then I'll probably just return it and get a Nissan's one or a Bear one. So we'll see. But 190E, it's just waiting for its time to shine, guys. We've talked about that a bit. And the coupe, likewise, it's waiting for its time to shine to give to the 190. The red C55, I pretty much have been just bearing the patience route because I want to get everything right on it. I just don't want to rush it and just try to swap it and it's just not like all the way cared for and swapped. So I'm doing everything in the engine bay. Did the valve covers, spark plugs, and right now I'm doing the intake manifold rebuild, and it's not hard, guys. Like, it's actually pretty simple, but the hard part is just there is so much scrubbing involved. So this always happens to me. I always end up pulling these when it's cold, and I'm freezing and I gotta scrub, and it's kind of a pain. So that's what I'm doing. I might, honestly, because I'm kind of dreading doing this out in the weather, I think I'm gonna take these a few pieces at a time to work, and that way I can scrub them in the shop, metal sink, and in the warmth and with warm water. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, honestly, because my plan today is Sunday. I pulled this apart yesterday, and you guys will see videos on this, by the way, this week. But my plan was to get these all pulled apart and try to get them all clean and resealed, and then get it back on the car and fire it up to finally test fire it. But I realized that I'm still waiting on my secondary air injection blank off plates and the EGR blank off plates, so I wouldn't be able to start right now anyways. So I kind of was like, all right, let me chill, let me practice the patience button again, and just wait till I got those anyway. So it buys me a little time. By Wednesday, the blank off plate should be here. So by that time, I should be able to have it all scrubbed up, resealed, and painted, and we'll be good to go. Throw it back in, and that's pretty much the last thing I want to do for now in the engine bay. I'll check the belts and all that stuff later. The belt looks good, but I mean like the tensioner and pulley, stuff like that. We'll do that after we confirm it's running and all that stuff. And yeah, so right now, I think what we're gonna do first, I'm gonna go do the C55 engine bay real quick, put it on the charger, and actually before we put it on the charger, I'm gonna need the charger to put it on CLK while we're using the laptop. So let's do that little quick fix to the catch can, and then we'll get into CLK. Oh, also guys, before we start on the C55, these are the window regulator wires and pulleys for the CLK, and let me tell you something, I am not looking forward to doing that job. Go watch videos on that, just search W209 rear window regulator repair. It is an intensive job for what it is, so I'm gonna probably save that one for I don't know, maybe summertime, or maybe we'll do it in the garage once things are cleared up, but it's gonna take some time and patience. So anyways, I'm gonna save these somewhere on the shelf over here with 1,000 other things. The garage is an absolute mess right now just because we're in the middle of like 3 different projects. So let's put these over here for now. Funny story, by the way. So there's a possibility I'm going to be manual swapping this car, and a very cool possibility with the Kangaroos team right now that we're working on that will be really cool to share once I can. And I ordered a manual transmission, another C300 manual transmission that should have been just like this one. Got a great deal on it, 120,000 miles, 275 bucks. Went to go pick it up. It was a 722.9. It was a 7-speed, not a manual. And I was like, are you guys serious? It was LKQ. And went to go pick it up. I was like, is this it? I was like, no, it's not right. So they refunded me. I'll keep my eye out for another one. It's not an immediate thing, but it's something that I've been thinking more and more about, and I think I want to do for this car. So yeah, let's go ahead, pop open the C55. Battery's not on right now, so I gotta manually pop the trunk and the hood right now, and it's so sad. I got this thing all cleaned up, and then I had the cover on it to keep it nice and clean, and it stormed and the cover blew off, and now it's probably more dirty than it was before I cleaned it off. So yay. Alright, hopefully we got enough juice to at least get this thing popped open. I got so many keys in my pocket I can't find them. Come on. Okay, cool. Let's go check out the engine bay. Oh, I love this thing. I miss this thing. I also really want to put a set of pole positions in the CLK too, but big money, and yeah, we'll see. Dimitri really hooked me up with these. Love you, brother. Miss you, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, he gave me such a good deal on those when he was deciding to sell his manual swapped W209 convertible that he first manual swapped, then swapped to a 5-liter from a 320. So anyways guys, here's the beautiful engine bay of the C55. This is the best looking by far out of all of them. What I'm gonna do is this right here, big breather port. I've learned recently from, like I said, Josh Roll Tight E55, that this is a wide open throttle port. I never really knew what it did. So what I'm going to do is tie this in to our catch can line right here, and yeah, basically just use a T, tie it in, and that way don't get that oil smell when you're doing wide open throttle and it's coming back into the cabin. So only thing I wish, guys, if this aluminum didn't, I don't know, what do you call this, oxidize, and it would match the beauty up top. But it still looks nice and clean. It's just that weird oxidization. This would be a great car to like do the driest blasting. Luckily it does come off pretty easy actually if you just scrub it down. But anyways, not the time or place. Everything else though is looking pretty fresh in here, and yeah, I'm happy with everything overall. Not any big changes coming up soon for this car. So let's get that plumbed up correctly and I'll show you guys after. Alright you guys, so quick little fix there. We're now plumbed in to our feed line to the catch can, and yeah, that's about it. We are moving on. I'll go ahead and close this up. Of course it started raining right now. I'm trying to get the laptop out, so I might have to hold on that. All I wanted to do was check on what the fault codes are saying, because I should be able to see exactly what's causing the check engine light. It'll show up on the fault codes, like what's actually causing the check engine light to throw. So if the rain pauses, we'll come back to this. Otherwise, catch you guys in a bit and get into something else. Alright guys, well, it's raining, garage is closed. I think what we'll do is go ahead and take care of our injectors and rebuild these a little bit, put them through the tester cleaner, and get them ready for when the manifold is done. It's just one little less job to have to worry about later on. We'll clean up the throttle body as well. It's not too bad, to be honest. I've seen much worse, but we'll get that thing all hosed off and clean, and not hosed off, that would hurt it, but cleaned down, and at least get those jobs done in this video. And since we got the time, let me know what you guys have been up to in the comments. What have you guys been working on? What projects? What do you guys got going on? I always love to hear from you guys. I know you guys all have cool builds too, so love to hear about them. Yeah, and that's it. If you guys see anything in here that I'm walking past and I'm not talking about, and you got questions about it, let me know below. I'll always answer you guys. Always take my time to read through the comments and get things sorted. But alright guys, we got a lucky break from the rain, so I'm gonna try to hook up the laptop real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, so here is our setup. What I did is bought an old Dell D160, had it sent out to Mercedes Swap Shop, and they installed software, everything for Sentry, DOS, etc. And then I bought a multiplexer on eBay. It was around 300 bucks, I think, shipped, which comes with like the 36 pin, the, I don't know what the other one is, 26, 18, something like that, and then the regular OBD2 connector as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this hooked up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, got our battery on the charger. That's my trunk full of intake manifold goodies I'm gonna take to work, but make sure your battery's on the charger. And then here's our multiplexer plugged in. We got our OBD2 connector up there, and then other side is going into a serial port on the back of the laptop there. And this thing is launching right now. So once this launches, we'll get in there and I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do to look for codes present. Alright guys, so here we are. Make sure when you're ready to start, just make sure your key is in position 2, and go ahead, click open Sentry. And given this computer is old, guys, takes a second, so give it some time to breathe. It'll do its thing. And there it goes. It's pretty cool using this old style laptop. Like, this is what they were like when I was getting into computers, like as a kid. So it's cool having an old technology. Other cool thing is Josh installs AnyDesk on here, so when you guys need help or diagnosis or something to be changed in the programming, etc., Josh can remote link into your computer and be able to take care of things for you. So I don't know, I mean, for me guys, if you're interested in buying a setup like this, it would be a no-brainer to do so from Mercedes Swap Shop. That's my unbiased opinion, just because that way you have somebody directly that you can contact, and Josh and James, his partner, that will help you out, figure something out. If you have issues or just want to learn something, they will literally be like your customer support. That's actually real people you know exist, and in the US, depending on where you are in the world, of course, but still, even if you were elsewhere in the world, I think it would be a good option for you. So we're going to go ahead into R230 class, because that's what this ECU is out of. So we're going to click into there. We're going to click 474 AMG compressor right there, not the Evo. That would be cool though, but 472 or 474 would work. And you go ahead and click on that little stethoscope icon, and that's going to open up DOS. And guys, I'm still learning very much about this, so I'm a rookie at best with this stuff, but I'll just show you the basics of what I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to show you anything crazy at all, but just opening up DOS, and you're going to click F2 a couple times. This is basically like make sure everything is set up correctly, your cables are plugged in, your battery's on a charger or fully charged, voltage, etc., your laptop's charging. So just keep hitting F2 a couple times in here. It's making sure it can communicate. And there we go. So now we're going to select, we're doing newer just because software Josh has on this computer is newer. And left-hand steering, yes. And then again, choose your .474. Either one Josh said would work in this case, but we'll just do the newer one. And it's going to go ahead and communicate again. And patience is a bit name of the game, guys, so just be patient. It would be just as slow on any computer with this most of the time. So you might hear some things clicking on and off when it's determining what's connected, etc., so don't be alarmed. It's just reading through modules and clicking things on. Okay, we're gonna go to control units and hit F3 or hit the check mark there. You can also double click on icons, so I'll show you example. Double click on drive and then go to motor electronics right there. It's going to connect with the ECU, and then power is okay, yes. Hit F3 again. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into fault or event memory, actually. Check that first. And we'll see, last time it was kind of weird because it had the check engine light on still, but there was no fault memory. Yeah, see, like no events present. Okay, let's go back. Let's see if it has fault code stored. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be very confused here. Because we were throwing a check engine light. Okay, there we go. So they're all stored. Idle speed control implausible. Check system for unmetered air. Okay, well that's good. Okay, and it shows you right there. That is what's causing our check engine light. So that very well could be our PCV system that I bored out. So maybe we need to try to put those, what's it called? orifices back into the lines for the catch can, and that might help that go away. I'm really mad at myself for drilling those out on the valve covers. I just thought it'd be a good idea. Turns out it was not. Anyways, it's okay. I'll probably make some orifices and try to do that. And then this fault can be ignored and erased. And it's funny because all of them say stored, but it does say the check engine light is on because of this one. So these are just the mix-up line. So we've talked about this before. I need to redo the wires going to the oil level sensor. That's why it's throwing all of these. But that would not cause an actual light to come on. That's just fault codes. P209D, I have no idea what that is. I'll have to look it up. But it says this fault can be ignored and erased. So anyways, I'm going to erase these. So click F9, or little pencil eraser icon, kind of funny. So F9, do you really wish to erase these fault codes? And I'm going to say yes. Switch off ignition. Switch on ignition. And you're good. So now if we check fault codes, double click. Oh, communication error. Module interrupted. Okay, let's go back. Switch off ignition and switch on. Could try to go back. And these things, I mean, they're a bit finicky, guys, so just be patient with them. But anyways, that worked. I think I just got confused because I went right back into it after I turned off and on the ignition. So there it is. That's all I really wanted to show you guys. Later on, when I get better at it, and whatever I have able to show you guys, we can go into like control unit adaptations and such and such. Maybe later on I'll show you guys how to delete like EGR and SAI. So simple stuff like that. But I'm not gonna really do any videos crazy on like, you know, implicit coding or variant coding or anything like that, just because I don't want somebody to take the information and then do it incorrectly or something. And it's, I don't know. You guys should take the time to learn on your own. But I just wanted to show you guys what it's capable of and that it works and it's here and it's awesome. I feel like this gives me so much peace of mind, just knowing that I can go through and check like every single module. I'll show you guys one other cool thing. But yeah, it's super, super nice to actually feel like I have what the dealers have to perform services and adaptations and changes, etc. So I just went into quick test. This will test basically every module in the car. Now, a lot of this is going to be incorrect because it's testing for R230 chassis, but a lot of it will still work. So like those, it's probably not going to read correctly, but you'll hear like the radio come on. Engine is, or transmission control unit is going to have a fault code because of the tune, so that's normal. It doesn't cause any like errors. Actually, it just shows as a fault in this system. But there you can see the check mark for the ME 2.8, so that means no errors. Electronic stability program says there's a fault in there. We'll double check that, but it's probably not accurate again because it's not looking at the right chassis. Keyless go, we do not have. It's checking for all these things though, just because we're already in R230. But super cool, guys. Like, this is an easy way for you to just plug in, especially if you like just got a car or something, just plug it in and see all the fault codes right at once, very accurately, and divvied up by module, etc. We should hear probably the radio kick on soon. It's going to test that out after the tele-aid. So there it goes. You heard the radio for a second. Command just got tested. Sound system, etc. So, and then battery voltage, last thing. Alright, so once it does that, then you'll be allowed to click into these. So, for instance, if we double click into the ESP, let's see what it reads. Control module version is unknown. That is why it's limited. Yeah, so that's why. Because we're not on the actual ESP module correct for this car. So I can delete these just in case, but those are probably implausible errors anyways. Alright, so one's good. Anyways, that's pretty much all I'll show you guys right there. Pretty cool stuff, pretty awesome to have, and like I said, just makes me feel like that much more, I don't know, professional, whatever you're gonna call it, but just peace of mind. Like, I know I can really thoroughly test the cars, and knowing that I have Josh and James to ask questions to for how to do this, how to do that, or to get them to help me do it if it's something that they need to do, just super cool to have. So definitely, if you guys have been thinking about getting into a system like this, I would not hesitate to reach out to them, mercedesswapshop.com, or I think Josh's email, mercedesswapshop@hotmail, something like that. I'll pop it up on screen and link it in the description below, and comments maybe. So I've been waiting for like years and years and years, and I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy one. But I just didn't want to deal with buying, you know, the knockoff units off of eBay and then not having anyone to like have a direct contact with in case I have issues with it, because then you're just kind of like stranded. So that's why this is so cool to me, is you get a much better software version of those knockoff systems that they sell, and you actually get, you know, people that you can correspond with that we know are real good human beings that know what they're doing. So yeah, in my case, I think it's a no-brainer for people that are interested in buying one of these systems. Cost effective, you got people to correspond with if you run into issues or need help, etc. And yeah, nothing more to it. So that's it. I'll catch you guys later when we get back to those fuel injectors. Alright, you guys, showing this real quick just in case it does end up solving the issue. I took these little brass, sorry, not focusing. Took these little brass, I don't even know what these are for, just like threaded collars, and drilled them out to the correct size, 1/16. And I'm basically just placing them in line. So you can see that little bulge right there, that's that one on this side. So just kind of replacing what would have been the factory orifice size, and we'll see if that ends up helping anything, and if not, there's most likely just a vacuum leak taking place at some point. Could be with my, you know, self-made laser cut cork gaskets, could be with the throttle body gasket I made, etc. So we got other places, but we'll try this for now, see if it does the trick. Alright guys, well, I think we solved our problem. That's cool. I mean, cool that we found the problem. Did I ever even put this back before? That's hilarious. I think we either knocked this off when I was redoing that other line, connecting the big line to the catch can, or I just totally forgot to put this back. That is funny and cool. I just found the issue. Alright guys, what's going on? I wanted to close out this video. It's been a nice little Sunday fleet of solving little problems, and I don't know, just catching up with you guys about all the cars. I just did the injectors, figured I'm going to make a separate video for this anyways because I've gotten so many questions about what I use for these, but there they are. I'm going to flow test them later and do the little cleaning, but they're all fresh now. They were super dirty. Got the new O-rings, got the new pintle caps. Be on the lookout. I'll make a separate video for this coming up in a little while, but that'll go ahead and do it, guys. I'm glad we got the CLK55 vacuum issue figured out. It was a very smoking gun scenario. Literally PCV line popped off, not even connected. So pretty sure that will solve it. I'll keep you guys updated. C55 got a little oil catch can modification. Got to drive that thing this week. I'll make a video on it for you guys. And hope you guys are looking forward to this week, whatever you guys got planned with your families for the holidays. Me, I got Thursday and Friday off from work, so I'm looking forward to that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I wish we had off, but not quite. So yeah, I got all the videos lined up this week for you guys already, and we'll be filming some more as the week goes on. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.